Watch the trailer for Isn't It Romantic via this link. How does the trailer play with the conventions of the romantic comedy genre? Why can the female protagonist, played by Rebel Wilson, not curse? And why can she not have sex with her love interest, played by Liam Hemsworth? Well, as the trailer makes perfectly clear, the protagonist is acutely aware of the genre of romantic comedy. As a little girl, she watches Pretty Woman, but then she is entirely disillusioned by her mother, who tells her that this is not how the world works. And accordingly, she rejects the conventions of romantic comedy, and the film that she is part of also, initially at least, rejects these conventions. When she is the victim of a mugging in the subway, she does not turn into a damsel in distress who is then rescued by Prince Charming, who will eventually fall in love with her and marry her, but she can very well help herself. She rejects the attacker only to be knocked out basically by herself. And then she enters this dream world, which suggests that romantic comedies are not accurate representations of reality, but that they only exist in our dreams and of course also in the space of the cinema. And suddenly the colors change, suddenly the world is so much nicer, which all indicates that we're now in a different genre, and that the film is very much aware of the fact that the genres have certain conventions that need to be followed, and that the audience is also supposed to be aware of that. And the film plays with some of these conventions. So for example, romantic comedies, like most blockbuster films, need to get a PG-13 release, meaning that everybody above 13 can see the film by themselves, and that those who are younger need to be accompanied by their parents. As I will point out in the chapter on production and consumption and regulation, for a Hollywood film to be a commercial success, you need a PG-13 rating. Otherwise, you will not make the money that you need to make. But of course, PG-13 comes with certain regulations. For example, that you're not supposed to curse. Which is why whenever she curses, there is a beep that kind of makes her cursing inaudible. And while there can be sex in films that get a PG-13 rating, this sex will not be shown in any graphic detail, which means that she goes to bed with her lover and then there's a cut and they wake up in the next morning. Only that she is acutely aware of the fact that there was a cut, which is why she says, we didn't really have sex, there was just a cut, let us get into bed again. And then again, there is a cut. So she is kind of in a loophole. This scene is repeated over and over a couple of times, which is also an intertextual reference to a film from the 1980s, Groundhog Day, where the protagonist is also reliving certain moments again and again. So once again, the film plays very self-consciously with genre conventions, only, however, I would suspect, I haven't seen the film, to confirm these conventions after all at the end of the narrative.